Hey there, 8th grade. Welcome back to Kitchen Chemistry. This lab is building upon the knowledge you gained about lipids in Lesson 4. So if you haven't read the article about lipids, and if you haven't done the 2 activities at the bottom of the article that I posted in Google Classroom, pause this video, go do that assignment, and then come back after you've gained some knowledge about lipids. As you might recall, with each new organic compound that I've introduced to you, we've done a test for the presence of that compound in our everyday foods that we eat. Failing solution tested for the presence of simple sugars. Iodine solution tested for the presence of starch. And the Bioet reagent solution tested for the presence of protein. Today, we are going to do the super scientific brown paper bag test for lipids. So all you're going to need to do this experiment with me is a brown paper bag. If you don't have one at home, regular paper will work. And the thinner the paper bag, the better. And you're going to need some household foods. Let's get started. So what I've done is I've cut up my brown paper bag and I've labeled it with the substances that I'm going to be testing for the presence of lipids. First is H2O, water. Second is coconut oil. Third is cauliflower. 4 is cashew. 5 is sweet onion sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smear a little sample of the liquid or the food on the brown paper bag. So first is water. I'm using organic coconut oil here. Just going to take a little bit and smear it on. Third is my cauliflower. I'm just gonna rub it in there. Really try to get a representative sample on this brown paper. Then my cashew. Really rub it into the paper. If it breaks, even better. You get to the meaty part of the nuts on the brown paper bag. And then finally, my sweet onion sauce. So when testing for the presence of lipids in our foods using the brown paper bag method, what we're going to look for is the substance after a short amount of time to allow for a little bit of evaporation and drying. What we're going to be looking for is, does the paper become translucent? Does the light pass through the paper more easily than it did before I smeared the substance on there? If the light passes through the paper, if you can see through the paper, it's translucent. That means that there is the presence of lipids in that food. So let's take a look, now that some time has passed, let's take a look at our samples. So first we had water. That's completely dried. And it's not translucent at all. Second, we had coconut oil. And you can see the writing, the Starbucks writing through the paper and the light that's passing through the paper. So this has definitely become translucent. I think we have a positive test for lipids. Third, we had our cauliflower. I see nothing there. I think it's safe to say that was a negative test for lipids in cauliflower. Fourth, we had cashews. You can see through the paper right there. Nuts have a lot of oil in them, actually. So this is definitely a positive test for lipids in cashews. And then we have our sweet onion sauce, which I should mention. When I got this sauce, it said low fat. So I was really curious to see, does low fat mean no fat? Or does it mean enough fat to show up in my brown paper bag test for lipids? Here it is. You can see the stain of it, like that grease stain. And you can kind of see through the paper. Not as well as you could with the coconut oil, but definitely more than the cauliflower. So I think low fat is definitely less fat than our cauliflower. When you do this experiment at home, definitely record everything that I've done in the lab: the water, the coconut oil, the cauliflower, the cashew, and the sweet onion sauce. And then I want you to pick 3 more to add to your table. So you're going to record what the substance is. You're going to record a positive or negative test for lipids. So yes for positive, it has lipids in it. Nope, didn't leave a grease stain on our brown paper bag, and the brown paper bag was not translucent after, meaning the light was not able to pass through it. I am excited to see what you come up with. Take care, 8th grade.